Welcome to LSU's Tiger Stadium after dark, an environment unlike any other in sports. Very intimidating for visitors. As they say, this is where visitors' dreams come to die. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it. As we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Alabama will kick it off to get us underway. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. The Tigers offense starts in less than ideal field position off that poor return. So here we go. Buckle up. Alabama and LSU. This one has a history of being hard-hitting, Kirk, from the very first snap.
And, Chris, it's always a game that obviously impacts the SEC standings at the end of the year and really the national rankings. So a lot at stake for both these teams.
Tackle made at the 23 as they gain some important breathing room.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
First down here for this offense. They're going to run it here. That one takes it across the 30-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Important second down play coming up. The shotgun handoff here. Looks like LSU has the first down.
Chris, it feels good to see an LSU team be able to run the football when you know they're going to run. I mean, they've been doing that forever, going all the way back to like Jacob Hester and Kevin Falk. His ability to run the ball and catch out of the backfield. Leonard Fournette. And of course, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that great 2019 team. And now, LSU stable of backs again on this roster, too.
Receiver makes the grab. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. The game goes back to 1895, Kirk, and as you know, it's begun to pick up intensity, this rivalry, because they are always in each other's way in the SEC.
Yeah, this rivalry doesn't necessarily have the history, even though it does go back to 1895, but you're right. Things seem to change when the SEC split East and West. It became a battle about who would represent the West, the winner typically between Alabama and LSU. It seems like every year from that point on, it's a game we all point to before the season even starts.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. You've got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Here's the second down play. He'll try to run it with the option. He'll toss it to the back. He's found some room at the 45. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, the scouting report on this running back was that he is an elite ball carrier, and he is proving to be that here early in this game. These first few carries, not only the strength, but the quickness and acceleration to get upfield and get positive yards on display.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll give it to the running back. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
LSU is now operating in the red zone. Handoff from the shotgun. Oh, what a move. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Now, this defensive coordinator better make some adjustments. This back is on fire to start this game. You better start committing those safeties down, overloading that line of scrimmage, because this back is physical, he's got speed, and he is tough to bring down.
Fresh set of downs, 1st and goal. Here comes a handoff. And they finally stop him at the 3. The offense really threatening now.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it, because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
2nd down and goal upcoming. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. Set up now at the 2-yard line. Can they score here on a 3rd down play? They'll try to run this one in. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Here we go, Chris. Early in the game, opening drive. This is a big decision and really an opportunity to send a message for this offense. Do you go for this close to the goal line and make that statement, or do you settle for 3?
So it looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. They'll set up at the right hash mark for this chip shot. This one is right through. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. He'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So Alabama's offense gets their first crack now. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play. The last time they played, of course, Alabama won comfortably. That was an embarrassing day for the LSU faithful. They have not forgotten it.
Chris, I don't think anybody's going to forget that loss because it was so surprising to see LSU get blown out. But they feel much better about this matchup.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
And then 1st down, right back to the running game. Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Solid gain, moves the ball to a 43.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? And some room to work now. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
One way to create a rhythm and really start to show your identity as an offense is to control the line of scrimmage. The offensive line here early getting a hat on a hat, and this back, as good as we've seen all year, with the ability to accelerate through the hole, positive yards, play after play here early in the game.
He hands it off from the gun. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on 1st down.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. And the player is down injured after that last play. They'll take a timeout while they check him out. 2nd down now after the sack. Scanning the field, it's Milroe. Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. They make the tackle, but it sets the offense up for a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Alabama's offense now lining up on 1st and goal. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, tied.
What an opening drive by this offense, and especially this running back. Every single time they gave him the ball, he's getting positive yards behind that big offensive line. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, you better make some adjustments and do it in a hurry. You got to get more guys committed to the line of scrimmage to stop this run game.
And now they'll set up for the point after. PAT makes the score 7-3.
That makes the score Alabama 7, LSU 3.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Set to kick this one.
And here's the return from inside the 5. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Getting some blocks. Still going. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tigers. He just sprints into the end zone. We knew this returner was a dangerous guy. That was an electrifying play all the way to the house.
Chris, it was great blocking, but the guy just looked so natural back there as far as once he got his hands on the ball, it was like he was setting up his blocks, knowing exactly where he wanted to go, and then once he hit it right around midfield, nobody was catching.
But they try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT puts them up 3. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Back to pass. It's Milroe. Caught quickly. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
You know, they don't pick up the 1st down here, but they do get some positive yards, and I really like the route to get enough separation to give the quarterback enough room to put it in there.
Offense sets the formation. It's 3rd down. Try and muscle for the 1st down. Looks like Alabama will have the 1st down.
Yeah, I love how the back didn't really dance around trying to make a big play. He knew it was 3rd down in inches, lower the shoulder, get the 1st down.
First and 10 play coming up. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. It'll be Smolder right at the line for no gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Now it's second down here. The back's got it. Runs through the defender. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And he's got his man open downfield. An explosive play, moves the ball across midfield. They'll spot it at the 38.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
The pass rush closing in. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
Chris, we're all guilty of this. We all look at the big plays, the quarterbacks, the offense, how many points, how many yards. And sometimes we overlook the most important aspect of the game, the offensive line. You've got to do a good job consistently protecting the quarterback, and it all comes down to the offensive line. And here, they hurry the quarterback, and they blow up the play.
And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. That has been in large part the reliance on the ground game, which has been featured from both sides in this one so far. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. A perfect 2 for 2 on third downs this drive, but they'll need 10 yards here. Back to throw. It's Milrow. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. They make the stop just short of the first. Looks like inches to go, and now fourth down. And the field goal unit coming on the field now. This will be a 45-yard attempt. No problem. Knocks it right through. And that will tie the game here.
Chris, they get the 3 points, but looking back at it, 4th and inches. Pretty conservative call there. I really thought they would have gone for it.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Thomas. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. That Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
Chris, I know when we think about LSU, we go back to 2019, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, that dynamic offense. But at the end of the day, it's still LSU. It's still the SEC. And ground and pound is something they will never move away from. Great job here, and move the sticks.
Caught behind the line. It's Daniels. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And he he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Caught over the middle. It's Lacey. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Well, this is why you get the ball out there to your playmakers, not just catching the pass, but also being prepared to do something with the football once you have it in your hands, and he shows he's got that ability here.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Positive yards, that's all you want to see as an offense. As long as you're moving the ball forward, it's going to give you a chance to continue to get first downs. What are they looking at now? 3rd and inches, it looks like.
3rd down after that running play. Oh, it's snapped to the back. They make the first down, brought down to the 31.
Boy, that last carry, Chris, puts him right at 100 yards for the game. How's he done it? Because he's been patient. He's followed his blocks. He's let everything develop in front of him, and he's busted through for some big gains.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Fights off a defender. Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down play coming up. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. He'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
LSU has moved into the red zone. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. And he scores. Touchdown, LSU. Can you say methodical? A marathon march, Kirk, just pounding away and wearing down that defense.
They just kept moving the sticks and moving the sticks until they got into the red zone, and they just kept moving the sticks until they got into the end zone. What a drive.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And after the extra point, it's a 17-10 lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Return starts from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They settled for a field goal last time. Let's see what they can come up with on this possession. He'll hand it off. The game moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, with this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the backs they've had in recent years, Mark Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things up front and beat you down.
And the one moves the ball up to the 33.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Off play action, he's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Haynes. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Grab down the middle. It's Prentice.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another 3rd down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
The offense facing a tough conversion here. 3rd and long from the 42. To throw, it's Milroe. Quick throw to his receiver. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. Bounce right at the 3-yard line and into the end zone for a touchback. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Handoff here from the shotgun. They'll tackle him at the 27.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable 3rd down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Moves the ball out across the 30, and it's good for a first down.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback still with the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the quarterback does everything right except pitch the football. The defensive end's going to take him, which is great. That's what you want. But you got to get that ball out quicker to not allow that defensive end to make that play.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
I thought the strong safety did a really good job of disguising the blitz, waiting to the last possible moment, and then at the snap of the ball, catching the offensive line off guard. Nobody saw him. He gets home free and comes up with a sack.
And the punt team now on to kick it away. And now a timeout is taken. The receiving team wanting to talk about things here before the kickoff. And here comes the punter onto the field.
On to kick it away.
He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And the returner will be brought down. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. Here comes a first down pass attempt. He's got it for a big gain. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
You know, you roll the dice here as a defense when you play man-to-man. The thing is, you've got to get pressure on the quarterback. If you don't, he's got time, and now he can look at that defense and figure out where is his best one-on-one matchup, and he makes a big play there.
To the air, it's Milrow. He breaks. Junior steps up and makes an impact play.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
The offense will try to recover now. It's 2nd and 12. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Caught over the middle. It's Henderson. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marking.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Prentice. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Tackles made quickly, but they are knocking on the door at the 8-yard line.
Oh, that was close. Got just enough for the first down against that man-to-man coverage. Good awareness by the receiver to get past the sticks and move the chains.
First down and goal. Can the defense force a field goal and keep the lead at halftime? Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Boy, how exciting has this first half been? We get a touchdown here. They're an extra point away from tying this game up. A lot of great action here.
See if they can convert the point after.
On for the extra point.
And he knocks it right through.
The extra point is good. That ties the game at 17.
So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone, just run the clock out and get to halftime. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback, he told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
Ball moves to the 37 on the gain. It's first down. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. He's looking deep here. And it's incomplete. Just 10 seconds remaining now.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Grab down the middle. It's Taylor. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's incomplete. Tried for a big play there as time runs out in the first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And they'll kick it away now to get this third quarter underway. Fields it just outside the goal line. Coverage team brings down the returner. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Snags the quick throw. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Catch is made along the sideline just before going out of bounds. Tackle is made, but the junior quarterback shows off his arm strength that time.
Always have to be careful on the sideline not to step out accidentally. The wide receiver does a good job here on the route to bring the ball in while on a tightrope.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And they'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line. So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. Looking to throw. It's Milroe. Bringing pressure. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
Well, they're making this offensive line really think and communicate. Bringing different blitzes. This time the outside linebacker gets to the quarterback and comes up with a big sack for the D.
They bring the punter onto the field now. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. Returner decides to fair catch this. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Ball handed to the running back. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Makes the throw across the middle of the field. That's complete downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Chris, is it possible to be DBU and wide receiver U at the same time? I think the LSU fans think it's possible. They always seem to have great defensive backs, and they always have pass catchers that just show up and show out week after week, year after year.
And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Well, it's a great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And when you talk about LSU and you talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But, Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. It doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
Second down after that previous play. Looking to throw it again. Grab behind the line. It's Thomas. Finds just enough space and makes the first down. A new set of downs after that completion. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Finds an open target on the left side. They bring him down after a short gain there.
Well, a lot of times when a quarterback sees man defense, he wants to get the ball out of his hands as quickly as possible. Put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle or two on the outside and get a big play.
LSU now operating in the red zone. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Getting set. Here's second down. Receiver in motion now. They'll look to throw it here on second down. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
Chris, that is textbook by this defense in man-to-man coverage. Nowhere to go for this quarterback. He's looking around everywhere to find an open man. By the time he figures it out, it's a sack for the defense.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is third down and long. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. He makes the grab. Gain moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a first and goal now.
Well, if I'm this defense, you get these guys to third down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage rolled to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
The offense knocking on the door with a first and goal. And the wideout goes in motion. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. It's a second and goal play for the offense. Trying for the touchdown on the right side. They finally corral him at the 1.
Well, they came very close to punching that one in, and now third down and goal. And if I'm the OC, I challenge my offensive line in that back. I just slam it right back into that A-gap and try to overpower that defensive front.
Gain moves the ball to the 1. Third down and goal. Motion now from the tight end. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Will take the lead in the second half. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and they reached the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. Breaks loose at the 40. Powering through the defender. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. That'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
Alabama comes up to the line quickly. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And tackled after a small pickup there.
He's knocked out at the 7-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Milroe. The tight end has got it. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play. Touchdown or field goal. Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So on 4th down now, out comes the field goal unit. After connecting on his first try, this is a chip shot from 22 yards out. Kick is up and no good. And after the miss, still down by 7.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal in 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking, move right down the field for a touchdown. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. One play moves the ball to the 48. Another 1st down coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. Caught in the backfield. It's Williams. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
This running back's had a big night, kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on 3rd down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big 4th down coming up.
Punt goes out of bounds. Looks like they'll spot it near the 15. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. The last drive was a little demoralizing. They stalled and then missed a field goal. Finding some room at the 25. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Dropping back, it's Milrow. Tight end makes the grab. A big hit by the linebacker, able to knock him down.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
It's 3rd down for the offense. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Looking for the wideout. Grab down the middle. It's Prentice. Tackle made after a big gain.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Let's check out this running back comparison. These guys have been excellent, pounding away and seemingly only getting stronger. One quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Quick throw to the left side. It's incomplete. They waited all game for a chance to intercept one. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, but hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. Oh, and he dropped it. You do not see that very often from this guy. He's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, that's everything you want to see from an offense. Great execution. The line gave the quarterback time. Quarterback makes a great read, throws it to his guy, and the receiver drops it. Now he's going to have to shake that off and get ready to make that next play.
The offense was moving well, but 2 incompletions sets up a 3rd and 10. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. They chase him down and tried to run for it, but it'll bring up 4th down.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's 3rd down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
The field goal is good.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. Crucial possession. This game just got tighter. They love to play keep away, chew on the clock. How will they call it here? Well, they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
Well, let's see how these guys do here. They're kind of in that 4-minute offense mode where they're trying to work as much clock as they can on this drive, working with the lead. Still want to be balanced as best you can, but the important thing is picking up first downs, keeping the ball in bounds, and keep working that clock.
Makes a quick grab. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
Boy, is this guy fun to watch or what? Here we are in the 4th quarter, critical down in distances, and this guy is just churning out yards the way he has most of this game, showing a lot of physicality and natural running instincts in space.
LSU getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, these are the kind of plays you have to make to be able to win the game in the second half. This back had a great first half and has gotten plenty of touches, so you've got to make sure this half is different than how things have gone so far.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Play action fake, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. That is a huge play. Finally brought down at the 46-yard line.
Well, anytime you can have a balanced attack, it's always going to help an offense. And, you know, the previous play, they're running the football. That puts a lot of pressure on the eyes of the linebackers and safeties. They start to think about defending the run, and a great job with that play action call to get them out of position and be able to hit that for that conversion.
And now the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Finds his man. It's Williams. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to 1st down yardage here. The running back sneaks out there. He is a difficult matchup for this defense in the passing game.
Man, it is so tough to match up in man-to-man coverage against a back like this and catch the ball like a receiver. It's something you work on all week, and you know about it. You're aware of it, but it's one thing to be aware of it, and another thing to go out and execute it and try to stay within the man coverage. Very tough to do.
They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Oh, that one really hurts for this defense. They get these guys to 3rd down, a chance to maybe get them off the field, and they give up a 1st down late in the game. The clock will continue to roll.
LSU is now operating in the red zone. It's It's an out route, the catch made. Oh, and he goes down after a short gain. That's not enough for the first down.
Chris, it's so much fun to watch the athleticism at the wide receiver position nowadays. The ability to make plays on the outside is extraordinary. And they bring a certain toughness, too, that catches my eye.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Looking for 6. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers.
Chris, that's his second touchdown of the day. You talk about getting off to a great start. He may have more in it.
And they'll set up for the PAT. Extra point is up and good, so the lead now is 11 here in the final quarter.
That makes the score LSU 31.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
Set to kick this one.
Return begins inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. The last drive produced 3 points thanks to an excellent long-range field goal. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
Important second down play coming up. Looking to pass. It's Milroe. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Hey, it's a gain, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
So the offense faces a third and manageable here from the 25-yard line. They'll try to run for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Hey, it's a nice pickup. You got the first down on the ground. That's a great job. But remember, it's a 2-possession game. You got to pick it up a bit. This defense will welcome those kind of plays all game long because the clock will keep moving. So you got to put that ball in the end zone and try to get the ball back.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's running out of time here. He eludes the rush. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
Here's the second down play. And he'll set up to throw. Fires it on the move. He pulls it in for a big gain. It's a huge gain. The stop is finally made at the 41-yard line.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
Alabama comes up to the line quickly. And the quarterback keeps it here. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Well, not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Back to pass. It's Milroe. Throws to the tight end. Oh, and it's almost picked off. A chance for their first interception today. Going to set up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On third down, he drops to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
New set of downs for the offense, 1st and 10. Quick pass, the catch is made.
This is what makes the RPO so difficult to defend if you have a quarterback who can read it. It's that old argument, which guy has the chalk last? Well, with a quarterback that can read it like that, the quarterback has the chalk last. He reads that they're up, makes the throw in the quick slant, gets some really good yards.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Shotgun formation here on third down. He's got it right near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Bama. That's an important score. We've got a one-possession game now, Kirk, and it's game on.
It's game on, and now it's about this defense coming up with a stop. Everybody in the stadium knows that they're going to run the football and try to milk the clock. So what can your defense do to ensure they don't do that successfully?
The obvious move here is to go for a two-point conversion to cut this lead to 3 as time winds down. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Dropping back, it's Milrow. Looked over the middle, but it's incomplete.
A great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice heads-up play to prevent the two-point try.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jackson. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And that mighty Bengals offense is back out on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved him right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
And looking to throw now on first down. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. Offense facing a 2nd and 10. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. The catch is made for a huge pickup. An explosive play. Big gain. Spotted down near the 37.
Boy, I love the call here by the offensive coordinator. Has the lead in the 4th quarter. It's third down. Instead of running, you throw it. Take a chance of a potential incompletion, but instead you trust your quarterback. Completion, first down, fresh set of downs, and you continue to work that clock.
Picked off a crucial turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, I got to question the play call right here. Give the defense credit. They get the interception. They put themselves in a spot to maybe tie this game. But what was the offensive coordinator thinking with the lead, taking a chance, and it backfires?
So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage. And that completion, Kirk, puts him over 300 yards passing today.
Yeah, anytime a quarterback has a day like this, really it all has to come together with the offensive line play, the receivers running these great routes, and he's just in sync. He's kind of in that zone right now, and he'll be the first one to tell you how much his teammates have helped him out today.
Defense is coming after him. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Well, the offense tries to go with a play action to slow this defense down, but they weren't buying it. They applied the pressure and came up with a sack.
And we've reached now the 2-minute warning. Sets up as a dramatic finish as this offense tries to grab the lead late here. Here we are late in a close game. Crucial play coming up, 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks.
Boy, great job here of getting out of bounds. I know they didn't pick up the first down, but that's irrelevant. At this point in the game, it's all about the clock. You get out of bounds, you save your one timeout, and now you got a real chance.
So here we go, down 1 score. We're going to go for it on 4th down. Crucial play here. They go to the air. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it. A 4th down conversion. Drive stays alive. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to it.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Grab down the middle. It's Haynes. They've got him, but that completion good enough for 1st down yardage.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the 1st down in the process.
It's 1st and goal. Can they punch it in and take the lead? To the air. It's Milroe. The pocket breaking down. Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this stage of the game. The offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management is going to be very important here in the final minutes. After the big loss on 1st down, it's 2nd and goal, backed up. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They jump in front here in the 4th.
That is just an outstanding job by this quarterback. With the game on the line, he finds the matchup with his go-to receiver, makes a perfect throw here to the receiver, and they scored late to take the lead.
And the offense will stay out there for a 2-point try, trying to build the lead to 3 points. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. And they're trying to punch it in here. He stopped short. The defense makes a play. And now in the 4th quarter, it's still a 1-point game.
That keeps the score Alabama 32, LSU 31.
Getting set to kick the ball off now.
Set to kick this one away.
Bringing it out, it's Thomas. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. So here we go. It could come down to this possession, Kirk. Sets up as a potential classic finish.
Well, Chris, after everything that's gone on in this field in a rivalry game, if you're a quarterback, this is what you dream about. Having the ball in your hands with a chance to lead your team down and potentially win this game.
So one play, moves the ball to the 41. Another first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Offense will need some big plays to get into field goal range. The clock, a huge factor here. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion. Defense takes their third and final timeout of the half to talk strategy. First and goal, a chance to claim the lead here in the final quarter. And there's the handoff.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Second down and goal. Offense will keep it on the ground here. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Interesting call here by the offensive coordinator. Get some positive yards to keep the ball on the ground. The clock will continue to roll. They need a touchdown here. I cannot wait to see what this call is on third and goal.
Urgency here in the fourth quarter. They must cut into this lead. It's third down and goal. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Touchdown, LSU. They have jumped in front in the final minute.
Here we go. They take the lead. What an amazing comeback by this team and this offense. Now it comes down to can their defense hold the lead with under a minute to go.
So they'll try for the two-point conversion using the jumbo formation. Quarterback drops back. And it's incomplete. The try fails, and they can't add to their lead here late in the fourth quarter.
That keeps the score. LSU 37.
So after the late score, they'll kick it off and hope the defense can hold up and preserve this lead.
Set to kick this one.
He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start.
And the Alabama offense will take over. First and 10.
They've got to get points quickly here, looking for explosive plays right now. To throw, it's Milroe. And the clock winding down, they'll take a deep shot. Caught right near the sideline for a big gain.